Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, your wee best mate, Shane Todd. Before we get into this pod, got a few things to run by you. I'm doing a tour of the United States of America, the Bald Eagle, the Star Spangled Banner, McDonald's, Jason Derulo. I'm playing in all these places: LA, San Francisco, Washington, Chicago. I am saying that right. New York, Woodlawn. Ticket link in the description. Buzzing for that. Tell your cousins. We're going to have a good time. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is online therapy. I am, at the time of recording this, just about to have another kid. In the words of DJ Khaled, another one. And I know I'm going to be scrambled. I know it's going to be interrupted sleep. I know I'm going to be running about like a blue arse fly, as my granny used to say. So whenever that happens, I'm going to have to really take care of my loaf, of my bonds. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not anything like that. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely, done online. I know a lot of people might freak out and think, I don't want to go in person to a building to speak to a person about things that are very personal. You want to be in the comfort of your own home. You can do these weekly sessions on a webcam, or you can have the webcam switched off and it can just be audio. It can just be on the phone, but you can do it from the comfort of your own house. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and it's just a way for you to invest in yourself. You can look at the website, the website, and see the testimonials of what people are saying on there. It's probably people like you who are new to therapy or worried about what it might be like. So many people use BetterHelp that they're recruiting therapists left, right, and centre. And the great thing about their therapists is if you don't connect, if you don't click with who you're speaking to, you can change your therapist. You can keep working until you find someone who you feel understands you. BetterHelp is giving listeners to this podcast 10% off their first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/teawithme. 10% off your first session. This is something that I think when you talk about therapy, you think of lying on a chaise long, speaking to a guy with one of those metal things, you know, the wee balls, the wee things that go tick, tick, tick. It's not that. It's you sitting at home in the comfort of your pajamas or your dressing gown or house coat, whatever you want to call it, just sorting out whatever you feel like you might need to sort out. BetterHelp.com. 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/teawithme. We're also sponsored by Manscaped. It's hot out there. You know what would be even hotter? Shave pubes. You know what isn't hot? A full Kate Bush. That's not what people want. I was speaking to my good celebrity friend Jason Derulo recently. I said, Jason, how do you do it? You've got all these hits. You say your own name at the start of every song. That's weird that you would do that. Why do you do that? And he said, hey, forget that. Look at this. And he took his leather trousers down just a little bit. And so it wasn't like weird. Like he didn't show me his genitals, but he showed me his pubic area. And I said, Jason, that just looks like part of your lower stomach. He said, that's my pubic area. I said, where's the hair? He said, I don't have any because I go to manscaped.com. He said, I've got a discount code. It's Jason Derulo. I said, well, we've got one too. It's Tea With Me for 20% off and free shipping. It's the best in men's below the belt grooming products. They've got it all. Toner, cleanser, wipes. They've got a cologne. They've got things for cutting your nails. And I think that's another thing that guys are a little bit embarrassed about. But once you dive into the Manscaped world, you won't stop. You start with the pubes. You're working on the nails. You're working on a lot of other things. You know, maybe the situation around your bottom. If I'm allowed to say that in 2022. Is bottom still okay? You can get cancelled for bottom? Bottom's still okay. Let's use it while we can. You could sort out your balls, from your balls to your bottom, from the window to the wall, till the sweat drop down your balls. And it'll drop down a lot quicker because it'll be smooth. How long does it take sweat to drop down your balls right now? Weeks? That's gross. Get that sweat away. And that's exactly what Jason Derulo was telling me. Tea with me for 20% off and free shipping. They've got the perfect performance package. I recommend that. Get on their website. Link is in the description. My guest this week is a gentleman with a unique take, because he grew up in Hong Kong. He moved to America. And when we recorded this, he was over in Belfast for a few months. Shane, what the hell are you talking about? We're talking about Kevin Kwan, a.k.a. Dope Pick Kwan. Kevin is Kevin Hart's personal videographer, photographer. He puts so much stuff together. He's a one-man band. You look at Kevin Hart stuff online and go, what a team putting this together. It's your boy Kwan. We met at the Kevin Hart shows when Kevin Hart was over here doing a Netflix movie. He was here for a few months. His team traveled with him. I got to meet Kwan. We hit it off pretty quick. Lovely guy. And I wanted to speak to him about his experience in Belfast. He works with one of the biggest stars in the world. He's part of that traveling circus. You know, wherever they go, it's huge. And I just had so much to talk to him about his personal story as well, about, you know, growing up in Hong Kong and moving to America, making the decision to move to America, and how that led him to Kevin Hart and to travel in the world in a way that most of us never would think would be possible. Very, very interesting guy, funny guy, lovely guy. We had a great time. And honestly, I think if he wasn't already away, I think if this episode went out while he was still here, I think people would have kidnapped him and kept him here. Because we liked him here. He went down very well. And I hope he comes back at some point. Kevin Kwan is my guest on this episode of the Tea With Me podcast. Enjoy it. My guest, it's an international guest. It's not often we have a guest who's from more than 5 miles away from the studio. But today we do. Kevin Kwan, a.k.a. Dope Pick Kwan. Welcome to the podcast. Give himself a round of applause, which I like, and we're all going to join in.
My guy.
You have, look, we got so much to get through and talk about.
Right.
You have been in Belfast for 3 months.
Yes, a little over 3 months.
You've been on set all day, doing gigs at night, Kevin Hart's videographer, but is this the pinnacle right now?
Wait, what's pinnacle?
As in, is this the moment? Is this the top of the mountain right now?
No.
Sitting in this studio?
Oh, right now? Oh, yeah, of course.
I thought you were like, no, it's not.
I was.
This is because sometimes you're working in front of
Right.
40,000 people, 50,000 people, but this
Right.
is big. We're in Hollywood on a sofa that used to be in my spare room.
I know. This is great. This is nice.
You've gone from Hollywood to Hollywood.
Exactly. In Belfast, you know.
No, whoa.
In Belfast.
Whoa,
in Hollywood.
whoa.
In Hollywood.
Outside Belfast.
Right. Okay.
Whoa. You can't,
Wait.
because I'm sure you've had a great time here, but don't spoil it on the second last day before you go home.
We're not in Belfast? Wait.
No.
What? Okay, we're in Hollywood. We're in
This is
Hollywood,
the Democratic
Northern Ireland.
Republic
Okay.
of Hollywood.
Okay.
We're just outside Belfast, but we're close. I get
Okay.
how people could think it's the same thing. Kwan, you've been here for 3 months.
Right. We became good friends.
We became good friends. You made me chicken feet. Let's just get into that.
Yep.
So, Kevin Hart's been doing shows, 25 shows in the limelight. You're there, as always, every night, shooting content. And I want to talk a lot about that too. Mm-hmm. Video content, still images. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many hands you have, but it seems like you're using more than 2 at a time.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, we started chatting at the shows, and I extended an olive branch. I said, listen, if you're in Northern Ireland, if you're running about Hollywood, Belfast, let's go do something. Mm-hmm. And you put the offer out there. You said, listen, let's go for some authentic food. Mm-hmm. Now, whenever I think Chinese food, mm-hmm. I think, sweet chili chicken with chips, gravy, chicken balls.
White people.
Pardon?
White people. That's what we call it. In the States. You heard about Panda Express?
Yes, it's great.
Oh yeah, you've been in the States. Oh my goodness. My wife hates it. You talk about let's go.
It's a big franchise, isn't it? It's like
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh,
Not authentic.
Yeah, I mean, they're noodles and rice, but I mean, like the noodles are spaghetti.
Right.
Those spaghetti is from China, anyways. So I mean,
what about P.F. Chang?
P.F. Chang is like a. I mean, it's they selling the service, so it's still the same thing, To me, it's still Panda Express for P.F. Chang's. I mean, no offense, personal opinions, but so I'm at first coming to this city while I'm staying in Belfast. I'm in city center, So, and then I was looking for Asian food, so I want to feel home because the first whole week I've been eating fish and chips.
Yeah.
For the whole like first 4 days.
We call that a fish shopper. Do you find that weird that we would call that a fish shopper?
No, I don't know what that means.
It's just fish and chips.
Okay.
But we would say a fish shopper.
Okay. See, something something new to learn.
Yeah.
So all my friends would know like I would find, Asian food, Chinese food, either sushi, Vietnamese pho, and then of course, like we have Chinese food everywhere, so and then like we you say go grab a bite. I was like I'm definitely down with Chinese because I've been eating fish and chips or fish shipper what
Fish shopper.
Fish shopper.
Fish shopper.
Fish shopper. Yeah, for for the first week. So I'm like I'm down for something else, and I found this place. I don't want I know your podcast is famous. So
yes.
This place. So I'm not gonna mention his name without them paying.
Yeah, I love that.
So,
if you pay now, we'll re-upload the podcast and ADR your name in.
Exactly. So they say they have dim sum. So I say, oh, you had to try chicken feet. So they're not that authentic, anyways. And then you're cool enough, like saying like, okay, I'm down. You have one bite. Like little plates come with like 4 of them, and then you have one bite, and then like I know you hide it. So like.
But
okay.
Well, here's the thing about chicken feet being on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like a nickname for something, or like I didn't think chicken feet was
right.
Chicken feet.
Is that true?
And also, it's not because you weren't before we ate. You were like, this place is nice, but it's not really authentic. Mm-hmm. What you want less than chicken feet is chicken feet that aren't authentic. Because in my head, I'm like, why are we having non-authentic chicken feet? But I bit into it, and it was like.
Mm-hmm.
Feet.
Yeah, it's a lot of collagen.
Strong flavor.
Well, I mean, with chicken feet, it's supposed to because there's a lot of bones, but it's a lot of collagens in the chicken feet. It's actually good for your skin.
I put collagen on my face.
I mean, I mean, like from in the natural way.
Yeah,
you eat chicken feet. That's how you get that to your body. I'm 45. Look at me.
No, you have great skin. You have great skin.
I mean, I got a little pimple right here.
It's
a mask. It's a mask.
We can edit that out.
Okay, good. So, but it was a great experience, and then when I go down to the street, and then like we got a lot of looks, because I figure out Shane Todd is famous. Yeah. Like, oh, that's Shane Todd.
I had briefed all those people. They were all actors.
I know. It was like, oh, that's Shane Todd. Like, oh, damn. So, and then when I go back to work, and then we took a picture. I come visit. You told me like check out your studio. I come in.
Yeah. And
then we took a picture together with both of us posted it, on our IG. And then when I go back to work, they're like, oh my God, you friends with Shane Todd?
Who was saying that?
Like the crew from work.
They should have said I would have been in the movie.
I know they're like you're friends with Shane Todd. Like what? So I said, and then I was like, hey, I'm about to go to like he asked me to do his podcast and talk about stuff. I say, wait, really? Oh my God, man! Oh my God! Like they went crazy. I was like, okay, I want to hang out with him.
Tell them I'll be in anything,
okay,
and I mean,
you heard it.
Kwan, I mean anything. Like, even if they're like, I'm going to shoot some this weekend, it's a bit weird, I'll not tell you too much about it. I'll be an extra in it.
Yep.
I'd like to be in it.
No, that's dope.
But
that's
dope.
Dope.
It was an experience, like doing dim sum. Also, I liked that you just have a little page and you just tick things.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was trying to see what you were ticking, because I was like, oh, what are you getting there?
Dim sums actually mean, it's like an appetizer type breakfast or brunch, meals, so they, in China,
chicken feet for breakfast?
Well, I mean brunch. I mean in the morning they are steamed, so they're not heavy, oily. So they were smaller plates, so you kind of pick anything you want. So so you could dim sum mean choose from Hart. So anytime there's so many of them you choose, but there's only 2 of us. So
yeah,
we did like 4 or 5 of them, but they're small plates. So
What did you think Belfast would be like versus what it turned out to be like?
Um, well, when before I know that I'm coming over here to work, and then I'm just like, it. Well, and can I say it's Belfast part of Europe or
Oh, we don't even
UK?
know at the minute. I
Okay.
think we. I think. Let me get this right.
Right.
I think we were,
Mm-hmm.
and I think now we're not,
Right.
and I think we're in the process of being signed up by like another continent. Like we could be Asia within a
Right.
week. I don't know. I think we were. Hold on. We were part of the European Union, and now we're not, but we are still logistically in Europe.
Right.
Is that right?
Okay. Good.
It's
So.
complicated.
Right, I understand. Yeah. So, and then it's Belfast, UK, and then but they're looking at Ireland, and they're like, no, we're Northern Ireland. You know, you can start using euro about 40 minutes south. Then you would hit the border. I thought we're in Ireland. No, this is Northern Ireland's NI, and everything is NI'd out here.
Yeah.
So, okay, so so Dublin or whatever, like down south.
Yeah.
That is Ireland. So which I like. I went there. 3 months. I've been there about like 5 times. We just did a show there
Yep.
last week. So.
We're a complicated little place here. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot like, you there's a lot of asterisks beside things. People are like,
Right.
well, actually, here's the thing about this.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's weird because we're on the island of Ireland,
Right.
but technically, we're part of
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom or Great
Right.
Britain. I don't know what the difference between those is. Like, nobody really know. Here's the thing: none of us know anything.
Right.
None of us know anything.
But then the only thing too, sometimes you know what, like these Chinese places in Belfast, come on, man, they only take cash.
Oh yeah.
They only take cash.
Oh, what when a Chinese opens with a chip and pin, they're gonna clean up. It's only cash.
Right. So I had to go to the ATM and then get cash. So and then the pound, or the pun, you know, you know,
You've killed that.
it looks different. They say Bank of Ireland.
Yeah.
So and then my friend actually told me, like, be careful, that might not work. Those pun might not work in London or something. That's only here.
So here's the thing: we have Bank of Ireland in Northern Ireland because Bank of Ireland's Northern Ireland and the South.
Right.
But you can use Bank of Ireland in England, in the UK, but sometimes they'll say, "Oh, we can't take this," and that's when we go, "You can because it's sterling. You can't
Right.
take it."
It looks
And they're like,
different.
Yeah, they're like, "We can't take it," and we're like, "You're taking it.
Right.
You're taking it."
Right.
Always get
okay.
into a big
So make
thing.
them. Well, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
I feel like the 30 pound that I have. That I'm not gonna.
Baller?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I go to this place. Like with Chinese food, they only. First of all, they close at 8:30.
Yeah.
And then I go there like 8:10. They're like, okay, we're about to close. I say it's 8:30. So you need to serve. Can I curse in this podcast?
1,000%.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, so, but they, I mean, I still get food, so like, so, but anyways,
None of them take card.
yeah, the place we went took card because they're trying to pretend, like it was some of the best one, like they got like 4.5 stars, so, but I know
Do you want to drop a name? Do you remember what it was?
it was Lee Garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to edit out or whatever, it's
No,
cool.
no, no,
But,
it's all good.
no, it's cool. But then, and I, because I know Shane was paying, so I was like, okay, let's go. Even though at the end, I act like I'm fighting for the bill, but then
I was doing that too. So I was also doing that.
So I'll let you win. I'll let you win. Next time I got cash. I got the one with cash.
I
so.
pretended to leave. If you walk past 10 minutes later, you just see me doing the dishes. I didn't bring cash.
I know. But they actually took card. But around the corner, all of them, Chili House, Tao, like it was so almost embarrassing. Like me and my colleague, co-workers, that's what we call you. You're like colleague right here, right? So we go eat dinner. But then this one place, the Vietnamese place, closed on Monday and Tuesday. And then so we had to go around the corner, and then they say cash only.
Yep.
It's like a good-looking Chinese restaurant, but then I had to count how much I have and go in and count. It's like, okay, is there any like you at 10% of it, or like like make sure I got money before so I can't leave.
Make sure you get your points.
So that was kind of crazy, So
Yeah.
like who carry cash anymore,
I know.
So but.
Did you see anything wild in Belfast? Like you see anything maybe when you were walking back from any of the shows?
Yes. Hey, I saw a lot of fights.
Yes, we love that.
A lot of fights,
We
like
love it.
we were in the Culloden,
Yep.
and then we were just hanging out, and then like basically a lot, the whole crew, like you're saying there. But now it's there's a last week of production, so a lot of people left already. So
Right.
like you don't. I mean, you can go there and trying to like see stars and stuff. This air like tomorrow or soon.
We're live. No.
Hey, go there right now.
Yeah.
But
No, it'll be out next week.
but
I think everyone knows anyway that's.
I know
what it is.
people. I know it's Belfast.
I told everybody.
Right. And then we were hanging out at the bar because they stay open for us because we give them so much business. So many of us stay over there.
Yeah.
So people coming back from parties, people coming back from weddings, and then they like they have couches like this. You're like drinking.
Yep.
They just like invite themselves. They start sitting over here, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
We
what
do
y'all
that, yeah.
doing? Hey, and then the locals. End up like getting into each other and start fighting.
Yep.
So what we do is like,
Yeah. you getting that content? Are you gonna drop a big video when you leave? Be like
I don't
Belfast, the
know.
montage, all the fights.
No. I didn't do that. My friend did that, and then it was so funny. They were like, "Hey, yo, your video lights is on." So yeah, I do that so they know, but they don't care.
Yeah.
So that the fight, and then a lot of local people they actually say that's normal.
Yes.
So and then also the crew. Like on the weekends, like we're here, so like come out for drinks, So I'm in city center, I mean, I don't know why it's called city center, like in America we call it downtown,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
city center.
See, downtown's a radio station here.
This,
So if you said you were going downtown, people would think you were going on for an interview with Gary Miles.
dang, see that he's a thing. I mean, I love cultures, so these are actually good to know. So. Anyways, so we were going out, and then they were younger, so and then they we meet here for a drink after work. I said, yeah, I need that, like come here, I'll have a Guinness, shit, like I drink a Guinness. It's cool. Oh yeah, we're about to go somewhere else, So cool, let's go somewhere else. And then we drink again, like you buy this round, I buy next rounds, and then like hey, and then they're like, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's go. And then I just split. And
Like those are what we call pre-drinks. So we weirdly do this thing called pre-drinking. But your pre-drinking involves drinking. It's not a thing before drinking.
Okay.
It's just, let's ease into it with 8 pints and then
they just keep going places. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm tired,
Yeah.
So when they say they go to the third place, I was like, yeah, I'm out. I didn't even say nothing. I just took off.
I'm a big fan of that too. I like to just slip off.
Exactly. And then you know
mystery.
what is the funniest thing that I saw? Y'all just don't care about each other. So I was walking back to my apartment, and then I saw a taxi. It's turned into a curve, and then the taxi back door, open. I was like, oh shit, he's having a good time.
Yeah.
And then he got off the cab, and then he was like, oh shit, like something happened, like I'm drunk, or something. And then the cab took off.
Yeah.
Closed the door, took off.
Yeah.
I was like, your friend just left you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, y'all don't care about each other.
No. No. And look, we like to have a good time. We do. You will see. You don't really see. We call that. See that being sick?
Right.
That's called boking. So if you want to get more into the culture, if
Right.
you saw that, you would say, if that happens to you ever, you'd say, I need to boke. And then now I want you to take that back to LA and start using that term so that the next time I go to LA, I see someone vomit and they say, I'm just boking.
Man,
fan of that.
that's pretty funny actually, so
Were most of your days then, so you're shooting, there's a Netflix movie happening, shooting in Belfast.
right.
So you guys would film, from what I saw, you guys would film like long days
Yeah,
on
that's
set.
how movies always like that, yeah.
And then Friday and Saturdays, some Sundays, quick bit of dinner, straight into the live show.
Yep.
That's because when we first met, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm over." I captured the video, I take the photos.
Right.
I thought maybe you'd be there on set, couple of days a week,
Right.
and maybe some of the shows.
Right.
You're anywhere Kevin goes, really like to work. You're there. Is that right? Like,
Yes, pretty
always?
much. Yeah, I mean, like now at this age, we just work. So he took me to the movies. I was on tour with him, and then it's been like 5, 6 tour now. We're about to have another tour. So and then yeah, just any content, anything fun. Him working out, because now it's all about contents about what you do. Like you're showing him working out. Brands. His energy drains. Now he has a vodkas, and I mean, no, wait, edit it out. Now he has a tequila. Now he has his tequila.
Just dropped a big exclusive there. The vodka's coming
I
soon.
know he has his tequila, and then he like all of the stuff, and then from his company they're like, Kwan, you with Kev and you with the camera, so I'm gonna need you to film this and this, and then like I say sure, but we need to find the right time, and then sometimes with the movie's not out yet. Movie take time to edit, so we can't really show
Release stuff from it.
right,
Yeah.
especially like last year we did a movie called Borderlands, and then but then studio was like, hey, don't show any photos of your costume, but don't you think people play the game,
Right.
so
Okay.
they know who, and then they know what they look like,
Right.
so this is just like whatever it is, I'm gonna get fired when I
So, so go back to. Well, let's just enjoy it then.
right.
So let's go back to
Right.
the start a bit.
Okay.
So didn't you tell me you moved to the States when you were 18?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, I was close.
Right,
I was,
right, yeah, right there. I was young.
And then you came from China,
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong,
Right.
which is like the Northern Ireland UK thing. And then
Yeah, back in the day that Hong Kong was so proud, but now after 1997, we all the same. I speak Chinese, I write Chinese, so a lot of Hong Kong, they're like, okay, we're Hong Kong. I mean, I'm proud of Hong Kong. Hong Kong is like one of the most modern places, of all time, and we're pretty advanced. We got a lot of cool stuff. We learn technologies. I'm glad. I'm proud to growing up in Hong Kong and being in events. So
Yeah.
in entertainment, in technologies, and just living. It's different experience. So
yeah.
but
And you moved to the States at 18,
getting 17.
17.
But I mean, yeah, 17, 18,
In my head,
yeah.
it's 18.
But okay, yeah, 17 and a half. So
Yeah, so it's in between. We're both
right. Going on 18, yeah. So
But was videography and camera and all that kind of thing?
Um,
Was that your passion?
I was a photographer first. So I always do photographies. 17, I was in high school, so I like photography, but I never, it was no professions on that, So, but I moved to Tucson, Arizona, so that's how
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's Arizona, yeah. So, it's a desert, so it's great, So,
Oh, it's in a Beatles song.
huh?
That's in a Beatles song, Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
It's in the Beatles song "Get Back."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't know. I just go there. All of a sudden, it's like so hot,
Yeah.
super hot in there. So, and then, I want to do photography. So I just look up. I looked up Yellow Pages.
Okay.
Do they have Yellow Pages here?
Oh,
I think it's like a
yeah.
worldwide. It's like a
we
worldwide
we
thing.
still work out of the Yellow Pages.
Oh shit! No, that shit is gone now. So,
Yeah, the Yellow Pages and the BT book. You saw BT book?
No, what is that? No.
It was like personal names and addresses of everybody that lived
It's
anywhere.
called White Pages, with us. Called White Pages. It was so funny. I moved to Atlanta at one point, September 11, so y'all were young, so. And then it was so funny. My colleague actually got stuck in Atlanta airport. I live in Atlanta at a time. He looked up a White Pages at the airport and found Kevin Kwan and called me on my home phone. And then I say,
Landline?
yeah, back then, in 2001, and then I was like, yeah, I'm right here, hey, what's up, and then, I say, oh yeah, man, like they stop all the planes and everything, so we had to, I got stuck right here, you wanna, get food or something, so we just meet up at Applebee's, and
Yeah.
we're just having drinks. So so that's how white pages worked back in the day.
What was your first shoot ever?
Um, that when it was when I was 15, I was in Hong Kong, and then some of the buddy of mine, they're like, hey, if you really want to do photography, just go to a park and ask people, family, like people just like really want to take photos, and charge them for it, So my mentor told me the only difference between amateur and professional or professional that is well, I'm gonna say it again, you can edit it out. So the only difference between amateur and professional is professional get paid for it.
Yeah.
So you go in even though your picture look like shit, and then because you charge for it, so you're professional.
Yeah.
You go to amateur night, so you don't get paid. You work even though it's 25 pun, and then you're still gonna be you're professional.
Yeah.
Right. So that's work. So but I was like 15 in Hong Kong. That was my first gig.
And when you move over to the States, then how does the relationship with Kevin Hart start?
When I moved to LA, I mean, before I was in Tucson, Arizona, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, because I needed to like go somewhere far and see something, and then jobs opening. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. So I go there for about 2.5 years, and then I moved to Maine, and
New England?
Yeah, New England, Maine. Yeah, it was great.
Are you impressed? I knew that. No,
Dude, hey, you know what? Northern Island people, y'all only go to the East Coast, so because it's closer, shorter
East Coast,
flight.
such as New York.
No, exactly. It's like New York, So anyway, no. I mean, it's great. Maine is great. So I got out. I've been there for about 11 months. Right before they get cold. I still keep in touch with my friends at a time. Oh shit, you got out just right. We're -30.
Right. Forget
So
that.
like I know I was like, yeah, I'm from the heat, so
Yeah.
I moved back to Arizona because my dad, was sick at the time, so I moved back to spend time with my dad, so but then, like me and my family talk about I moved my father back to Hong Kong, because it's easier back homes and stuff, so then after he moved back to Hong Kong, I moved to LA. So in LA, it was 2003, but then I was just, working as a wedding photographer, portrait photographer, and then in Hollywood, real Hollywood. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
This was the original.
This is original.
We're the original. We're older.
Yeah, with the cross.
Yeah.
With the cross. So, and then like I was hired to do some PR events. Like they. Who and who have an album release. Who and who do fashion show, who and who do whatever, and then I just go do the publicity shot, go in group shot, look out for who's celebrities and whatever, and then that's how I met Kevin, and then say, hey, what's up? You Kevin? I'm Kevin. Hey, what's going on? But then we're in Los Angeles, so every time I go out, and then we keep seeing each other.
Just by chance, you just
yeah, it's like same, like see you again. What up? Hey, good to see you. And then man, just take number down there. It was still BlackBerry back in the day.
Oh,
so
yeah.
and then like I said, hey, and then he ended up calling me for, my kids is having a birthday party. Like can you come to the house to shoot the birthday party? So yeah, sure. And then and then he got some comedian friends, at his house, like we just take pictures and stuff, hang out, eat, chill out, and it's kind of like every year he called me, so like when I met him for a couple, like a year or so, and then he got another kid, so like there's another kid, another party, so and then later on he was like I'm doing shows, so come take picture of the shows, so. I said, yeah, sure, come out. I mean, because, if I was telling your friends, if you love what you do, you're not working. I love taking pictures, so I was like, hey, take photos.
Can I ask, just for context, what level were the shows at that time? So if he was going to do a solo show,
Improv comedy club.
Couple of hundred people.
Yeah. You know what, even though the big show that he does was actually like a comedy festival.
Right.
So it was JB Smooth. It was Fluffy, Joe Coy.
Yep.
It was like all of them. But I think he got to a point that he tell me to come out. I was like, it's gonna be good because I'm closing the show. I don't even know what the fuck that means. When you're closing the show.
Yeah.
So, but and then so he's supposed to be the headliner. So
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm closing the show, so it's big. So Kwan come out. But I mean, we call each other Kev at first, Kev, and then people like Kev. I was like turn around like,
Yeah.
and then he got a lot more important. So I turned into Kwan,
Right.
so it's no more Kevin,
It would have been a power move if you told him to just be Hart.
Uh-huh.
If you were like, I'm
know.
staying with Gavin.
Yeah, I
You
know.
need to change it up.
Right, hey, Hart, so, but I know, I mean, but it's kind of like, I like Kwan. At the time, Jerry Maguire came out, I got the Kwan, so,
Yeah.
Kwan is me. I say Kwan is great, shit,
Yeah.
So, and then I was Kwan ever since,
Yeah,
so I was like,
yeah.
hey, so anybody called, hey, Kev, I never turn around, never look anymore. So, but then, the tour came out, and then it actually got a lot, like a lot better, like from improv, funny bone, what is that called? It's mostly improv, funny bones, and like different places, Levity Live.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard of all these
right,
places.
like all, I know, like you should. Oh, plus, I know your agent.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's how we get connected, anyways, because like your agent is Kevin's agent, so
Yeah.
and then Julia, if you listen to this, me and you go way back.
And I think we're prioritized, me and Kevin. Probably
Oh,
the same.
you definitely top,
Yeah.
in NI.
Yeah.
In knee, you're
You think
right,
I'm
right?
WME's top NI client?
Oh,
Could
yeah.
that be argued?
Well, I mean, like I heard it, that's how I give you that, like
You heard it on the grapevine.
when we hang out a couple times, we were like, well, you hang with Shane Todd? I was like, yes,
So you've seen those shows go from the likes of the improvs and
then theater.
couple of hundred seaters,
Yes,
to theaters,
Right.
Arenas, stadiums.
yes.
Are you someone who do you reflect on things all the time as it happens, or is it because it's relentless what you do because it's every night and you get such a short break? Does it
Right.
all go by in a bit of a blur?
Right. Yes. So it's kind of. I think like with his agent, your agent, so like you book shows and then like we doing like 3 nights, 4 nights a week. Oh, when we do improv, we do like Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah.
And then do 2 shows a night, like 10 shows. So. At first, I was like, it's kind of the same thing, so I end up just walking around and stuff, so, but for the improv, because it's how he, and I totally understand now how he, like, oh, I keep practicing, I keep doing this, so so he do so many shows, at the like at the same week, at different places.
Yep.
So then I was like, I love traveling, and then he took me with him. So I was like, oh, it's great, Daytime he tried to work out, I just go look for food, so, and then and then at night, okay, this is a 6 o'clock pickup time. Go downstairs at the hotel, and then we'll go to the show, and
Yep.
then one show, and then they clear out and then do another show, So I mean, like that's actually a pretty good gig,
Yeah,
So, but I mean, I just keep, even though I have a lot of same photos, so I try to figure out like, oh, sometimes different city, different friends will come in, and they are celebrities, and I was like, okay, I take a picture. So I have, like I'm about to put a coffee table book together with the past 10, 15 years that I have on the road. So
That'll be
that will
wild because that will show
Yes.
a journey
Right.
in terms of the scale of
Exactly.
venues and the
Right.
kinds
Yes.
of shows and the people coming to see the shows.
Right. Exactly. So
Who was someone in the early days that came to a show that you were blown away by that they were there?
For real, when I first started, I was Kev only told me to do stills photography, like, oh, come out, take photos, right? But these new cameras, they have video functions and stuff. So, but a lot of time in the back in backstage in the back room, green room, it's really funny. So I end up like start recording, because like at the time the first. When I go to these shows in New York, saw Fabulous. You know who Fabulous is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fabulous, Trey Songz. I mean, especially like Chris Rock, Jay-Z was showed up, in shows. He's from Philly, so, Meat Mills, Will Smith, they all come to the show, so, in DC would be like Wale, and then like, like all black people basically. So,
Yeah.
So, and then, but I mean, they all celebrity. I was like, hey, there's no reason why I'm not like recording the behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see what's going on. So, and then he saw that, and then I show him like, hey, look at the camera, look about look at last night, it's pretty funny, and then like, oh my god, you taped that, that's great, keep doing that, we'll figure
Yeah.
something out later. So I'm doing videos and photos, so kind of like bring out my more creativities on me instead of just taking photos. Like we photographer is artists. So I mean like doing film is telling a story.
Yep.
Or making a little side movie. So I should have started YouTube back in the day.
Yeah.
I could have been like Hollywood. With the
With the cross. Yeah.
like my own Hollywood. Asians, Hong Kong, in anywhere.
You
so.
could be for sure the top Asian content creator in this Hollywood.
Yes.
No,
Yes, I would.
not a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
No shadow of a doubt.
I know.
I mean,
I already know.
I think it's mad to watch you at the shows.
Right.
When he's on stage
Uh-huh.
and you have like 2 cameras, you're swapping lenses.
Right.
You're shooting stuff on your phone.
Right.
Uploading stuff at the same time.
Right.
Are you at the point your relationship where like you do the uploading, you know what to put up,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. Sometimes.
and let me ask,
Right,
have you ever
yeah.
messed that up?
Yeah, of course. It's. I mean, the beauty of social media content, IG, YouTube. They don't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes, like you got cut off or whatever, but sometimes, Kev need a lot of PSA, and then like we're on the plane, we're flying on the plane, but the plane is like, it's really, really loud. You can't, like you have no choice. But then he was like, man, I'm not doing it again, so like he would put it up. It's super authentic.
I think people like, and I like seeing that too.
Yeah.
I like seeing the polished stuff,
Right.
And then I like seeing the other
Exactly.
stuff at shows.
That's why I like to do behind the scenes. So this is when we first, when I first started doing videos, and then Kev being cool, he was like, Kwan, you know what? You traveling with me anytime I have a shoot. At the time, he wasn't really that famous. Anyway, you're talking about 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13 years ago. So, and then he was like, but hey, anytime I'm going to do a shoot, just come out, be a sponge, and learn about filmmaking, because I know you take good stills, you can do stills, but now you start video, so learn about like whatever sounds and go in and learn stuff. So he took me to his TV shows, in the movie. So I still remember when he was shooting About Last Night, I was using a little 5Ds and follow him. It was a movie set, from Sony, Screen Jam,
Yeah.
And then I would go in, and then like, what the fuck is this dude doing? It's a movie set. You need to be union. Like, I was like, okay, just sit down. But then they figure out like, okay, you know what, Kwan, you good now. For the producers, Will Pecker, he was like, hey, you're on all of my movies. You're doing behind the scenes just for Kevin, and that you don't need to be unions because you're doing, just behind the scene. So but we'll put you in every movie. So that's why we did About Last Night, Ride Along, Thing Like a Man, Wedding Ringer. It's all Woolpecker Productions. I'm bringing you to Belfast. Hollywood,
Yeah.
Northern Ireland, UK, where the money not the same with London. So
Bring cash.
But he did Thing Like a Man, and like all the movie that I just said. So that's kind of brought Kevin into like like the big screen, and then. Very good experience, doing behind the scenes and because the movie called Ride Along, and then Universal Studio was like, hey, Kwan really bringing people riding along with Kevin.
Yep.
Because, like the major shot, it was so funny. It got that little camera. Kev walking the set, I just follow him. And then the director waiting on Kevin to come on set, and then he was on the phone with his sister or something. And then Tim was on the phone. Was like, "Oh, Kevin is here. Hey, let's see who I'm talking to. Say hi to my sister." And then Kev go and grab the phone and hang up. I just follow him, and then they cut it to the. I think when you buy that Ride Along DVD, available in Blu-ray, back in 2001.
No one here has a Blu-ray player.
So they got
We haven't got them yet.
right. They got the
We just got DVD a year ago.
Blu-ray, it's a lot more clear, So, so you look at the behind-the-scene bonus feature, and then I think it was in there that Kev just goofing around. He got his coffee going. Oh, I forgot I have tea right here. I mean, keep talking.
No.
One L studio on both sides.
One L studio. Double. I think we're not doing double-sided mugs.
Yeah.
You're in Hollywood with the cross.
One arrow and two sides. Yeah. So for studio, they're like, oh my God, man, like our guy on set won't be able to get that type of footage.
Yes.
But I'm like at that time, I already know Kev for like 6 years already. So we go, we hung out, we traveled together. I'm really riding along with him. Like Kev really get me the access that no one else do. So if you just normal guy, I mean, you have your guys with you, all of a sudden a stranger come up like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna say shit, So, but then he's get used to it, and then like, oh, if I fucked up, if I say shit, Kwan just edit it out, So
yeah, because I've had that if someone comes to do a vlog at a show,
right,
and I don't know them or I'm meeting them
right,
for the first time, I'm a little bit uncomfortable. I'm thinking about what I'm doing more. Whereas
right,
the good
exactly.
stuff, like you say,
right,
is when you're relaxed, and,
right,
and people won't know this, but like you say, the backstage, the green room stuff.
Right.
Is the best stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
When there's a load of comedians together, right, and they're relaxed, yep, and there's a bit of nerves there too.
Right.
I think that's the best environment. Let me ask you about what's been the moment that's blown you away the most, whether it was one particular live show or just a moment in your career where you thought it was so surreal.
When I met Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, like, I mean, it was like a Guy's Choice Award. So, and then, like we have the agenda, and then I show my wife, oh, I'm going to the Guy's Choice Award with Kevin, and then we look at it, and then she looked at it, she was like, oh my God, you're going to meet Norman from The Walking Dead, and then like, wait, is he famous? Like, what is he? Oh my God! Every Sunday, Walking Dead. Like
Norman.
I know, right? It's Norman. So, and then I was like, no, I'm going with, I'm going there with Kevin. I did not know Jackie Chan would be there, but I mean, I'm Hong Kong. Jackie Chan's my hero.
People love Jackie Chan all over the world. Everyone I know had Rumble in the Bronx on VHS.
Oh yeah, exactly.
What a film.
They say bronze, and then my friends say, oh, it's shot in Vancouver. So I was like, okay, great.
What?
So I know, yeah, in Canada. So
Jack.
Tax break. I know, tax break. So anyway, he wasn't like he say, like, he makes so many movies. He never won any awards or anything because I didn't know he was there because he wasn't on the agenda, but he was a presenter. So and then but it Kev's getting an award, but then he's not sitting down because he's got kids and got stuff to do. So he just go to get an award, and then I was in the audience, take pictures, and then at the end when he get out, and then it was like, okay, next presenter, Jackie Chan. I was like,
yeah.
Finally, in America, from Hong Kong, we never met at home, and then now, I'm in L.A. and then Jackie Chan. I was like, you
couldn't play a cool.
I know. Like, where's Kwan? Oh, Jackie Chan on. So and then like, get out, let's go, and then we go out and wait for a car to pick us up. And then Jackie Chan, after he presented whatever award, I don't even know who he gave the award to, and then he come right back out. And then he come in like, hey, Kev, like.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, hey, Jackie, what's up? Like his broken English, like, hey, I'm going to want you to play in the next Rush Hour. No, I can't do that. Let's, live it back to Chris Tucker, man. Like, hey, this is good. I don't want to do that, Like, we're gonna do something else, So
yeah.
And then I was like, hey, Kev, come on, Kev, and then okay, man, this is Kwan. He's also from Hong Kong, So like, okay, give me a camera, take a picture, That's my first, like moment, like. Kev took that picture of me and Jackie. I said, no, I take one with you too, So, and then after that, they all get in the car, and then we're still waiting. I don't know why, because it's Jackie Chan, so he got in the car first, and then Jamie Foxx came after, and then of course, like Kev, no Jamie, and then they shake hands. What's up? Hey, Kwan just came. Like, wait, what happened? Yeah, Jackie Chan just getting in the car, and Kwan just fucking came, and then Jamie told me, oh, you just saw God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, Jackie Chan is
Right.
so respected. Like
Yeah.
everyone in
Right.
their youth, especially,
Right.
watch Jackie Chan movies.
Uh-huh.
Like the most, and like you say, like in loads of the movies, he wasn't even speaking English.
Right.
Yet people from even here
Right.
were just blown away. Everyone
Right.
was like in the playground. People would pretend to be Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. That's why when he said, you look at some memes that they put, like you just say that, oh, here we go, Jackie Chan. You don't have to be like, whoo, Jackie Chan. You know, you don't have to.
He was in a
do that.
movie recently with Pierce Brosnan. It's on Netflix.
Yes,
where he
a
beats up the IRA.
Yeah, Foreigner. Yep. And
He
it's-
beats up the IRA.
I know, and he played like the older guy, but then he make bombs out of this waters and
Yeah, yeah.
know, like,
Those
just-
boxers, they're
Exactly.
pants. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, you got what?
Do you want them?
Wait, you got some KY out here or something?
Take them.
What is
What?
that?
Lube?
Oh, boxers.
Yeah, yeah. Boxers.
Oh, okay.
We can get you whatever you need.
I'm cool. You know, after the podcast, I'm gonna look around. You know, so let's
Yeah.
see. So, yeah. So that was one of the biggest moments, and then a lot of, let me see. Well, Man from Toronto on Netflix, like right now, seriously. So
Woody Harrelson.
yeah, Woody Harrelson. You
Kevin
know,
Hart.
like, yep. So I mean, like, it's funny how I'm meeting a lot of my childhood hero, my childhood, you know, idol.
Yeah.
That you know, I meet all of them in person now, and then they turn out to be a fantastic person. You know, so
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Shane Tort.
Thank you.
Shane Tort. You know. You know.
Now-
So.
Kwan,
Yeah.
let me ask you this as a final question. Let me ask
Yeah.
you this. You have been around the biggest comedians of all time.
Right.
Some of the biggest comedians in the world for years, and you've seen these shows. Spending a couple of months with me,
Right.
what do you see my trajectory as? What are you seeing in the future?
You're gonna be one of the biggest in America. It's you know what? It's the pond or the sea is too big. You know, like you definitely be part of it. You know, same thing. You know, like I would say there's a lot more. You know, good photographers. You know, I'm definitely one of the nicest one. You know, so
You're the top?
but you would bring. I'm just trying to be nice right now. So like you.
No, don't say that. Edit that out. You're just being honest. You're just speaking from the
yeah,
heart.
so you being who you are, and you know, like I, like for instance, Kevin say, you know, anything Kwan, only looking for Chinese food, only talk about Hong Kong, only talk about hometown. That's how it is. You come out and you know your Northern Ireland's pride, Northern Ireland's accents, and sense of humor. You know, because you know you're a comedian. So you're in a good hand because you're with Julia. You know, so I mean,
Yep.
you know, with the agent that, you know, like they also rep Kevin. You know,
Yep.
so I mean, like you. If it's not the best, they're not gonna rep, you know. So it was so funny how, you know, when we met, Julia actually hit me up, and then like, oh, you met Shane, you know, like he's my guy. And then I look it up, and then like, oh, so you rep him, you know. So and then we happened to be like right next to each other. We took a
Yeah.
selfie, sent it to her, you know,
Yeah.
like, hey, you don't know, like we. I mean, it's great, you know, like it's always as a photographer also. That's no stranger to me. That's why people are like, Kwan, you're so friendly. You talk to everybody. Because as a photographer, I had to go in and start. I don't know you, but like, hey, I'm a photographer. I need to take these photos.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a creepy person. You know, like, what do you need these photos for?
You
But
did ask
I
me to
need-
take my shirt off.
Yep, I know. I said, if you really want to be on Belfast Live, you know, jeez, you know, right? If you really want to be on Belfast Live, you know, so like, hey, you need to do something, you know. So, but anyway, so like to me, I was learning, taking classes, being a photographer, being a people person. That's no stranger. There's only friends you haven't met. But it's, you know, we never met before, but now we in here doing the shows, and then we found out we got mutual friends, you know,
Yep.
because, you know, I'm just well-traveled, you know, every city, every country, I have a lot of friends, you know.
Yep.
Funny enough, like, I came here, seriously, I have a photographer buddy, you know, his name is Mark Barn. So I don't even know, you know, like he's a wedding photographer. I met him back in Las Vegas, you know, with the you know, conventions and stuff. And then somehow on IG, I was like, hey, you in Belfast? You know, how far are you from Belfast? I'm going to Belfast. He say, oh, I'm in
Carrick.
yeah,
This is your friend
the Carrie Fergus. Yeah. So he got totally different accents,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's tough.
Oh, they would.
That's how I learned about puns, from
Yeah.
him. Oh, and then I was like, hey, so what do you guys eat over here? And then he say, stews.
Stew.
I was like, stew, STEW, like stew,
Yeah.
stews. I was like,
Stew.
what the fuck you?
Am I saying it wrong?
Eating stew, stew,
Stew?
stew. Yeah.
What do you
stew.
call the animal that's black and white and produces milk?
Cow?
No. Cow.
Okay. And then it was good. I mean, like he mostly he had to like repeat himself a couple times, and then he was like, "Don't worry, Northern Ireland people, we don't understand each other either." So
No.
that
Yeah.
made me feel a lot better,
Yeah.
When me and you hang out, you had to repeat a couple times. A lot of times,
Yes.
like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Now
You got Google Translate out a few
I'm
times.
to-
Maybe type it in.
I know I'm totally like getting it, you
Yeah.
know. So, but anyways, so yeah, I mean, coming in here, I kind of get used to it now, So I mean, I like the quality, Now I'm the one that don't wear jackets anymore.
Yep.
I come out in March, it's like it's so fucking cold. What's going on?
Yep.
We're in Northern Ireland.
We're tropical now, baby.
And right, and then now, after the show at 10:30, I came out of Limelight. Hey, it's still bright, and then
Yep.
there's long ass line. They go into the club in daylight.
Yep.
That's how y'all party.
Yep. Yep.
That's just
Yep.
great. So, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's how it is. But go back to like, what was the question again with the?
I'm just saying, where do you see me?
No, I
a
understand
few
it.
years.
You're doing great. You're definitely one of the greatest because you definitely, a great marketing strategy. So whoever found first, if you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm saying? So you are the first Northern Ireland comedian. So you would turn into, in America, you would be the best Northern Ireland comedian.
I would take that.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
so that's why you go to school. So keep
Yes.
going to uni.
I should have gone. I didn't go in the first place.
Ah, shit, man.
But I should've.
So, but then, that's exactly who you going to be. Like, hey, best. But I mean, like, seriously, go back to going to work, crew member. Oh, Shane Torres. He's, it's like, oh, Shane Torres. I was like, okay, come on, man. I got his phone number. You know what I'm calling him right now?
Yeah.
Like, geez.
Yeah.
So-
will end when you leave here.
Yeah, so I know. So,
You're on set in LA, Studio City. Guys like, oh shit,
I know.
shit done.
Exactly. So,
Uh,
but yeah, it's,
will you come back to this part of the world? Hopefully the tour. Hopefully if there's like a European part of the tour,
Right.
and there's UK and Ireland shows. Hopefully now Belfast is on the radar because I think there's a relationship now
yes.
with you guys and Belfast.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we come here and then Belfast actually has like a few studio. We shooting at Harbor Studio.
Yep.
We do Titanic Studio.
You're in 1L Studios.
And then 1L Studio. And then and then
Bigger than all those.
We're in Loop Studio today, and then and then obviously a lot of film productions actually film here.
Yeah. Oh,
So so that's great, so I mean, like, I'm sure we'll come back because we love Netflix so much, raising on prices and stuff, so hopefully that will bring you more quality stuff, to Netflix.
I think here's the play. I think you in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's here's my pitch.
Okay.
New Netflix film.
Mm-hmm.
Get Will Pecker.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that
Yes,
right?
my
Thank
guy.
God. Will Pecker directs it.
Uh-huh.
It's you, me,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, and Jackie Chan.
That's gonna be a hit.
And I don't know what it is we're doing,
Yep.
but we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are doing it, and I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but it's fun.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
shot in Carrickfergus. That's all I know.
Yep. They got waterfront, so that's great.
You want to shoot at the waterfront?
Yep. They got a little.
That was
arena.
handier to where you were staying.
Yep. I went there and then I stopped by the McDonald's, used the bathroom, and then I like, okay, I'll get a milkshake. They got banana milkshake in McDonald's here.
Fucking right, we do.
No, like banana milkshake.
Don't you worry about that. You want a strawberry one? We've got
Yeah.
strawberry.
No, I
Now, the
can do
milkshakes, the milkshake machines
Uh-huh.
never work here. Like, that's just a thing. But we still have them.
Okay.
We have the
no, I
capacity
had
to-
I had that banana milkshake. It's actually great.
Did you have fun? Did you have fun in Northern Ireland?
Um, Yeah, now that you know what, I no longer need GPS. I'm in my car to find places. So this morning I got lost a little bit, but you will find it eventually. Um,
That's our slogan for here.
yep,
You'll find it
you'll find
eventually.
it. You'll find it eventually.
You'll get
So,
lost.
right,
You won't get a milkshake,
exactly.
but eventually you'll get
Right. And then now that found a lot of places that you could eat, food is actually not that bad. It's good.
We'll take
we
that.
we yeah we took off to Italy for a couple weeks, to do the other part of the movies, and then we're like we had pizza, pasta.
You were in Venice.
Yeah, we're in
You're
Venice.
probably
Yeah,
counting down the days to come back here and get some real food.
yeah, I know. They had no fish and chips, So I mean,
No,
we probably-
you're not getting a passy supper in Venice.
yeah. So they really don't. So gelato, and then we found out gelato is only ice cream. We thought it was
Yeah.
some kind of special, like different ice
No.
cream type. Like gelato just mean ice cream. So why
like
are you so
malts.
hype about? Why are you excited about? Go get gelato.
Yeah,
Like I was like,
it does sound better.
exactly.
It does. It sounds
Gelato,
good.
but it's actually ice cream. So
Sounds good.
so then yeah, and then I was like, I can't wait to go back to Belfast.
Yep.
Because so we can finish the fucking movies and we can go the fuck home, see my baby.
Yes.
Shit. So.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, like I like it. I'm glad. A lot of friends. Like it's cool. We're no longer doing shows here because we're leaving.
Yep.
Very soon. Belfast show is great. Sold out, packed the whole arena.
Crazy
So,
experience.
right, and then Dublin is really great. We always have great experience in Dublin. So it was full house in Dublin too. I'm glad you and Collins came out.
Yeah.
We
We were glad.
It was. I
We
know.
were glad.
Oh, I know. I seriously, I saw how much they're paying you too. So you're buying lunch right now.
Kev,
So-
shut up. Don't say anything.
No, and
Don't tell
then,
anybody.
but then you got. Hey, that's why I'm telling. That's why I've been telling you. Cam's not gonna actually pay you, but like you pay by tequila.
Yes.
So and then they, engrave your name and everything. I think that means a lot to you. You know.
Massively. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then so I mean, what do you think about? I know, like see, I turned the table around now in the middle. So I'm asking, I'm interviewing. So now, I already know Kevin Hart is the biggest comedian, right now for real. You know. So how do you feel that you are, like share the same stage with him?
I can't describe it. And I don't think I will be able to describe it for a while.
Oh, wow.
If I do a big solo show,
Uh-huh.
it takes me a couple of days
Right.
before I can really reflect on it.
Right.
And something like this, I'm quite, because I just started touring
Right.
like a week ago as well.
Okay. Okay.
There's everything feels really frantic at the minute,
Right.
in a good way. I like that.
Right,
I like the
right.
work. But I don't think I've taken it in yet.
Right.
But I know that I was just when I brought him on at Belfast, and I was just sat side stage,
Right.
and heard that pop when he went on.
Right.
That was the best moment of my career.
Oh, wow.
That just
It's a little
blew me
different,
away.
right? Like y'all,
Yeah,
like,
and it's
right.
my city too.
Right.
It's
Right.
he has come over here,
Right.
and I heard the pop from the audience. I
Right.
knew they were going to be a great crowd,
Right.
and I just felt like I was so proud that whenever I watch his R on Netflix or
Right.
wherever this comes
Right.
out, I know that it was partly shaped in
Right.
Belfast, and I got to be
yeah.
part of
Right.
0.1% of that process.
Right.
Like that was it was the best. It was
Okay.
the best ever.
That was great because
the best ever.
but sometimes I think it's, like I gave all the credit to him for all my traveling. We went to South Africa. We sold out Australia, all the English speaking
Yeah.
places. While including Dublin. So I have a hard time understanding them because they speaking Irish. So
same.
but I know. So I mean, but then Dublin is definitely for the past tour. Like they actually crazy. As soon as Kevin walk out, and then
Yeah.
they're like, ole, ole, ole,
Yeah.
ole. I say it's not a soccer game,
Yeah.
But then Kev got all hype, like, hey, where's my Guinness? So but they just be like doing shit like that. I was like, oh shit, like get down, So that's cool, So I'm actually excited about past weekend that we were there, and then but. For biggest comedian, I don't want to like he's not like in the he was really, oh, this is last week. Let's just see if the SAC is available. Oh, it is. So let's do Dublin on Saturday.
Yep.
So we can drive back and we can come back a little later. So do Belfast on a Sunday. So we go back to work. We go back to work at 8 a.m. next day.
See, I can't believe that.
You
Like,
know.
that.
So, but then SSE is sold out, and then I go into the box office, you know, like a back office, and then I talk to my guy Gray. I was like, hey, how we doing? You know, like everything good? People coming in? He was like, well, this is like the only Belfast is the only city people would come to the door. They know it's sold out, you know, but sometimes they have like loose tickets,
A return,
you know,
or,
right?
yeah.
Well, whatever, exactly. People, you know, got the 19, and then they like, oh, they can't go or whatever, and then they're like every single tickets was sold out, and people would show up at the door. You have any tickets left? And then they bought like the very last one of them. You know, there's like not a single seat left in Belfast. That's why actually you say there might be 8,000 and some change, and then they sold like 9,000 or something.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, that's actually packed out the whole arena.
Yep.
So it was great experience. You know, like I think the whole Belfast was already there on Sunday.
Yeah. I feel like everyone that wanted the same, hopefully got
Exactly.
the same.
So then you know, like I'm like, you know, Shane Tort and Collins, you know, like, you know, starting the show, and it's actually great. I said you guys are local anyway, so I hear the response. So it's actually like really good for you guys, you know.
Oh,
so like
hugely. Yeah.
all of a sudden you got you know, packed crowd, you know,
Yeah.
9,000.
I'd done the arena in a theater setup,
Right.
but not like that. So
I know this is ridiculous.
it's been a wild ride, and
Right.
it was so good to meet you as well. Like I knew from the
course.
first show we spoke at,
My
I was
guy.
like, this is a good guy. So
Thank you.
and thank you for coming on the podcast, Kevin.
Yes.
We appreciate it. When you come back, we'll do it again.
Yes.
And it's going to be, we need to get another chair because it's me, you, Kevin, and Jackie Chan. So it's going to
I
be a
know,
good
I
time.
know.
But thank you very much for coming on. Let's share some tea. Let's do.
All right, cheers, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope you enjoyed your experience here.
Yeah, definitely. And shout
Enjoy
out to Netflix movie Lyft. And then, you know, for whoever that helped me get my apartment, get my car, Leah, you know, my guy Mart that is also from here, the photographer dude, you know, and then all the crew, they're working really hard, you know. So the guy who got what was that? What's that? When the drunk guy, what would you say?
Oh, the guy booked?
The guy got boat, you know, like I don't really know him, but like he got dropped off. I was like, oh shit, your friends left you, you know, like, and then, you know, I'm dope pick Kwan. I do this only because all of the crew, they're like, oh my god, you got to jump on Shane Tort's podcast. You know, I listen to it all the time.
Yep.
And then now I found out, you know, like we got to go because he got 2 more podcasts, you know, after this. So I'm doing this for free too, you know.
Yeah. No.
So, yep.
You get to keep that mug.
Oh, good. Oh, nice.
We'll give you a better mug. Do we have any left?
No, it's
We've
cool,
got one
it's cool.
left. You
No,
just
it's
don't want
cool.
to take it home in your case. You have too much stuff. Yeah, we're giving you a
No,
mug.
yeah, sure. You know, I'll take it. I'll put in my little shit. What other sponsor you guys like? You know.
Manscaped, Punjana.
Oh yeah, you still got that. I need the nose trim shit. You know, so like, you know.
We might have a spare one. We might be able to.
Nice. I need that because, you know, like the one I have, I left it in a hotel, a bathroom drawer.
Oh, okay.
You know, so but.
Well, we'll find that and eBay it off.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, next time, I mean, you know, sometimes I understand you like in person, but you know, Kevin Kwan, Dope Pick Kwan is actually in Hollywood,
Yep.
Belfast adjacent.
Well,
you know, so-
when I come do my LA show.
yeah,
let's
so
do a podcast.
Oh yeah,
There,
over
if you're in
there,
town.
in location. Yeah, come to my office and all that, and then I mean, if we just do Zooms, you know, like because you know you're gonna get a lot of viewers. You know, they want to know. You know, they're gonna start asking questions
Yeah.
and stuff, and then you know we do a follow up. You know,
Yep.
even though via Zoom,
Satellite
you know,
link. I've
I
always
know
wanted
right here
to say
saying
that.
via. You know, so I mean,
Yeah.
yep. So it's good.
Kevin,
job.
thanks so much. Cheers.
Cheers, my guy. Thank you.